Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Keep It Up and Game On podcast. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Top, and this is
Sly.
Yep, that's Sly, and I'm definitely Top because this is the second time recording this, and I said that my name was Sly. It was really embarrassing. So, hit him with that intro. Boom. Okay, hopefully that editing take went pretty well. Hope everyone's had a wonderful time since our last recording. Looking forward to what we have on the agenda for today. And again, this is a pretty new podcast, and we're trying out different things, see what everyone likes. Leave us some comments down below to see what you think of our format and any ways that you think that we could actually improve.
Yeah.
I thought it would be really fun for us, Sly, to start off with a little bit of music trivia and see who knows video game music better. Originally, I had picked up like trivia that actually included screenshots of specific video games, and we had to see if we could name it. But I was thinking about our audio listeners, and that would have pretty much screwed them and not been great for starting a podcast. So definitely went ahead with just the music here. And let's go ahead and get this started. It tells us the rules on the first page. Okay, good. Yeah, so everything's looking nice there. And it tells us the rules. So it's 15-second clips of songs. And how do you want to do this? Since it's the two of us, do you want to just say who got it first?
I say we'll both yell it out, and then I think it'll be pretty fair to say who said it first.
Okay, perfect. Well, because we're streaming this, we definitely can always rewind it and do the after editing and
very true.
Just see who is right or not. And for those of you listening, again, there's 30 music transitions here, so we want you guys to play along with us too. And down in the comments below, or whatever stream that you're listening on, let us know how you did. I'm really nervous. I promise I haven't listened to these, JB. So, man, I got to get better at that.
Let's
Sly dog. Okay. Let's go. Sound coming through okay?
Yep. Oh man, technology.
Buffering. So is this a lesson about podcasting that I should download the video?
This is true. We're learning as we go. Oh, there we go.
I mean, I've only got 1 gigabyte download speed and upload speed.
Here we go. Halo.
Oh, dang. Okay. I was too busy closing that window. But I'll definitely give it to you.
I was like, yeah, duh, no brainer.
I'm keeping a tally right here.
All right, so now
you did.
It says Halo 3. Do we have to?
Yeah, you lost. Oh, Metal Gear Solid. Oh man, I swear if this keeps buffering, I'm gonna say Metal Gear.
Call of Duty. Ah, good one.
I think I only mostly got that.
GoldenEye.
Smash Bros. GoldenEye, you said?
Nope. Hold on.
I'm gonna guess Journey. I don't know. Witcher 3.
See,
well,
it's been so long since I played that one.
Man, Sims 4.
See, this might be one that you might have on me for sure. I've never played The Sims.
I've played it a decent amount, but Erilyn plays it all the time.
Ah.
She was playing that earlier today.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
Oh, I definitely said it before your friend.
You think so?
We could definitely go back and check.
No, I'll give it to you. I think you edged me out slightly. Keep me on the edge. I don't know when this video was made. Starfield. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Something spacey.
I
I always wanted to play that game.
I've always seen it. Oh, Skyrim?
That sounds right. It sounds like an epic journey. You better be right, so that way we're not embarrassed on here. Oh!
See, I'm so off.
Oh, my buddies are gonna kill me. Animal Crossing. New Horizons. I think it's New Horizons. Have you played Animal Crossing?
Not the latest one, no. Dang.
But yeah, New Horizons. Okay.
Tetris.
Duh. I didn't even answer. Can we just like not count that at all? I can't do that. I have to say it, right? You want the point? Like that's.
You can say it.
I'm gonna give you the point. I didn't say it. We're tied 3-3. I know this. I think. Shadow of the Colossus. I don't know. That's what my guess is. Oh,
well, I'm surprised you didn't get that one.
Wow, I'm trash.
Oh, Pokemon.
You're winning 4-3 right now. Can't believe I didn't. Man, I'm embarrassing myself. How are you guys doing at home? Listening.
Oh, Final Fantasy. 10, I think.
I think you're right. I'm going to take Final Fantasy 7, and if I'm right, I get the points. But you're right. Yeah.
Yep.
You're winning 5-3 right now. You got me here. You know what I haven't played a lot is Fortnite. I've played Fortnite once. I'm gonna guess Fortnite.
Yeah, I don't know if that's that. Counter-Strike.
Oh, CS:GO.
See, I don't really.
Oh, Smash Bros.
Dang it! I was gonna say it.
This is Ultimate. My buddy CO Andy would have destroyed me if I got this wrong.
Dang it.
5-4, it's you, Sly. Skyrim.
I think you might be right.
It's not Attack on Titan.
Now it's Skyrim.
Yeah. Hey, I came back. High five. Oh, it's Among Us. Yeah, Among Us. That's what it's called.
Dang it.
Have you played this, JB?
I have not.
Okay, we're definitely going to be doing that. Last of Us, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Human Fall Flat. Never even heard of it.
Uh,
Splatoon, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure on this one either.
What? I was actually thinking that, but I don't know. I don't really play Grand Theft Auto.
God of War.
Good guess. You're probably right. Man, I was just thinking Platoon versus Grand Theft Auto. I thought it was one of those two. That's a pretty broad dynamic there.
Diablo.
You played this a ton.
Dang it. I feel like this might be a racing game.
I'm gonna say Star Ocean. I'm winning 6-5. By the way,
Fortnite.
Fortnite. We're at 20 out of 30. We got 10 more to go. I'm up by 1. Oh, Minecraft.
Dang it.
Zelda. I'm winning 8-5.
Man, I need some help here.
You still have a chance. There's, I think, 7 questions left. Can you imagine if it wasn't Zelda? Like,
Right?
Forza, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Man, I'm drawing a blank.
Valorant. Okay. I've got some friends that play that. I've never actually played it, though. I'm definitely downloading next time. Silent Hill? I don't know. That sounds too new, though.
PUBG.
PUBG. Are there duplicates here? World of Warcraft? Dota 2? Man, these are such popular titles.
Red Dead Redemption.
Borderlands.
Maybe?
What'd you say?
I said Red Dead Redemption, maybe.
Ooh, good guess. Yeah, we're being exposed. What?
Oh, dang!
Oh, yes! Mario. Who got Mario?
I think I got you on that one.
All right. I'm winning 9-6. I don't think you can come back from this.
Oh, God of War. Now I know this one's for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess the finals.
Overwatch.
It's a shooter just like that. Man, I didn't... I promise I'll download the video next time, gang.
Ah, it figures.
Bro, you haven't said any guesses. Like, oh, man. Oh, okay. Okay, so...
What was the final?
I got 9 and you got 7, so it's pretty close.
Out of how many, though? Jeez.
Out of 30. So, yeah, I'm 9 out of 30. That's terrible. And you were 7 out of 30. And most of those were really popular games. The only game I've never heard of is that Human Fall Flat.
Well, yeah, I think that's more of an indie title. I think that was on that might have been on Game Pass at one point. I could have been wrong.
Okay. But hey, I want to I want to be sure to give credit here. Good, you guys could see it here. Video game underscore music, popular video game music quiz. Just want to give credit to them. I
Fun little
believe,
quiz there.
yeah, they've got several different quizzes here. So I don't know. I thought that was pretty fun. What'd you think?
Definitely got stumped on a bunch of them. That threw me for a loop. Like obviously, a lot of the bigger ones that I knew, I had it from the jump, but just others, I'm just like, I think I said Skyrim at least 4 or 5 times. I was like, yeah, Skyrim, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. It had that like dramatic flair to it, and I don't know. I'm upset I didn't get Overwatch. And
then a lot of them too, like Valorant, Dota, like those are more in the PC space, and I don't really delve too much into that platform.
there was decent variety there though, so
Yeah.
it did have a little bit of everything. So I don't know. I did not listen to that before everything. All right, Sly. So let's. That was a lot of fun. I guess I'll have bragging rights for the week. So let's hop on to our next topic. So, what impact, Sly, do you think the rise of mobile gaming has had on the gaming industry as a whole?
I think it's had a pretty huge impact. You got to think the biggest platform in the world is mobile gaming. If you really think about it, like who doesn't have a cell phone in their pocket?
Man, you sound like the Blizzard official, like Diablo Immortal. Like, who doesn't have cell phones?
Well,
like,
I mean, if you really think about it, it's true.
And they made a ton of money off of Diablo Immortal too.
And then you look at the new the iPhone that just came out, and a lot of the features that they were advertising in that was it's capable of running Resident Evil 4. Like, is it gonna run the greatest or have the greatest performance? That remains to be seen. I think Digital Foundry ran a test on it. Like, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but just the fact that it's capable to run a current AAA game like that, just goes to show how far we've come with like mobile technology like that. And then like on other facets, you got I don't know if you've seen it, is that little device. It's called the PlayStation Portal. And basically what this little doohickey is, it looks just like a little controller, and right in the middle is a screen. And it's basically, if you want to think of it, it's essentially an extension of your PlayStation. So as long as your PS5 is in rest mode, and it's connected via the internet, anywhere you have a Wi-Fi connection, you can connect to your PS5 in your home as a server, and you're able to play your PS5 games essentially anywhere.
I have heard of it. I have seen about it.
So, for instance, let's just say you're out and about, walking in the city, and you have, an appointment, or you're meeting up with somebody. You have half an hour to kill. You go into your local Starbucks. You can jump right there on the Wi-Fi, or even use your phone as a mobile hotspot. And, let's just say you're currently playing, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That just came out. You can hop on your little portal there via remote play. Just continue on to, play, 15, 20 minutes worth of a mission. Save it right there. Suspend it back into rest mode. Then you're on your way. You're good to go.
There's the remote play we were talking about last week. So thanks to you, I know how that works. So yeah, I have seen it. It actually looks really impressive. Is it a console on its own? Like, do I need that and a PS5 or just that?
So you need the PS5 as well. It's literally just a remote player. So it's kind of a niche type of device. And another practical use would be single TV homes. So let's just say and if you're in this situation, there's one TV in the living room. Everyone's fighting over the show they want to watch after dinner time or whatever. you want to hop on the game, so you can essentially let the family have the TV, hop on the portal and play remote play. So you're still playing your game, and you're able to continue your progress while they're still watching the TV. So you think of it as a second screen essentially, but
You know what?
anywhere.
I'll think of it as a Wii U.
That's a great way of thinking. Just a Wii U that you could take anywhere with you, and then granted, it's got a proprietary sense to it too. So it's like the actual DualSense controller. So you'll get like all the haptics, the adaptive triggers, and all that. Because there is other remote play like controllers that you can use with like your cell phone, or like if you have like a tablet, there's other little like aftermarket third party like controllers you can attach to your phone and do it that way. But the fact that this comes fully from Sony, and it has all of the bells and whistles that are already into their hardware that you can take with you on the go, I think is just another huge plus on top of that.
How much is it? $400?
No. I want to say $199. I could be wrong.
Okay. That's a lot more reasonable. Here, let me.
$199 sounds right, I think.
Here, what's it called? PlayStation Portable?
PlayStation Portal. Which is funny because you could still technically call it a PSP.
Yeah. Actually, I had not realized that. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I think these are like aftermarket prices, but I'm seeing like $300. eBay, I know is not the rate.
Because the initial supply ran out.
Yeah, so people. So you're 100% right. Retail is $199.99.
Okay.
And so I was about to mock it a little bit, but at that point, I actually respect it quite a bit because I was going to compare it to the Steam Deck.
Well, see that now the Steam Deck. Now that's an actual like system on a chip. Actual computer components in there. You can like the game is ran on the dedicated hardware itself on like the handheld versus the Portal where it's running off your PlayStation at home as a server. So it's basically doing all of that in the cloud. You're basically streaming the games.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, honestly, at that $199 price point, I really can't knock it too much because, I mean, look at these prices here. Steam Deck granted, it's got 256 gigs. It's pretty reasonable. I'm not sure.
Now, you would know better than I would. How is this comparable to like an actual PC build? Like, is this like mid tier, like lower tier? Like, how like what would you compare this to?
You know what? I actually.
Just for perspective.
Do they have the specs listed here? Let me see. Here we go. Here's the specs. Okay, it's got 16 gigs of RAM.
Okay.
A low-end PC, it's sad to say this now, but is 8 gigs. I actually am playing a game called Star Citizen, the space simulator.
Okay.
I had 16 gigs. Granted, it's a really demanding game on my PC, but it was saying that the 16 gigs wasn't enough. So I guess low end would be 8 gigs and mid tier would be 16, and high end would be really, I mean, to the average man, not some multi-millionaire or something, or someone who has the ability to dump all their resources into their PC. But I'd say a high-end PC is usually 32 or 64 gigs, and there's probably some people out there saying 128. But no, 16 gigs, that's mid. It's got the AMD.
Now, is there actual like motherboards that can fit all that?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh wow.
And 512 gigabytes and 1 terabyte for storage, obviously depending on which one you get. Honestly, that's a pretty decent processor. I'd still probably lean towards the lower end. Resolution 1280. 800. It's
What's
an OLED screen.
What's the refresh rate on the screen?
Up to 90.
Oh wow.
Up to 90 hertz. So, honestly, I say low to mid tier. I'd say low to mid tier. The processor's not crazy, and the thing is that when you log on to Steam, when you buy the game, it tells you whether or not it's actually compatible with the Steam Deck.
Okay.
So, and obviously, most games we're used to playing with the keyboard. So certain games actually play better. I shouldn't say play better on the Steam Deck, but certain games on the Steam Deck play better than others. Like, for instance, certain action RPGs. I'm thinking of like Code Vein would be something that would play fantastic. Fantastic.
So the Steam Deck is essentially just a mini computer with like buttons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and here, this is the LCD version. I guess the LCD version has a 64 gigabyte with $349 pricing and 512 gigabyte storage for $449. So
now these are Windows based.
I don't believe they actually are Windows based. Like, I think it's my understanding that it's just the Steam operating system.
Okay, and then they just
are you familiar with? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so they just use the Steam like launcher essentially, and like you just run the games through that.
That's my understanding on it. I'd really like to get one of these. One of my buddies online has one of these and says he brings it like everywhere with them. So, okay. So I don't know. I think that's a pretty interesting that we're talking about mobile games and we're able to get into those other topics. Is there anything else about mobile games?
Well, just look at that right there. Like, you have a full-fledged computer in your hand. You can have essentially any AAA title you want on the go. So nothing's really like couch locked anymore. I guess I could say is like, if you want to play Grand Theft Auto, you could take that with you. You don't necessarily have to play that at home. Granted, they skip the PC release for whatever reason initially, but let's just say on Xbox, and if they decide to put that on cloud, you can play it on your Steam Deck that way.
Man, it just takes me back to the 90s. My parents were divorced and they lived on both sides of Florida. So there was a lot of car time. And sometimes we'd be driving it at night. And of course, I had my Game Boy. And it had, have you seen those little squiggly lights? Like, it didn't even have a backlit screen. It had a squiggly light. I'll try to put one up on the screen.
I know what you're talking about. And it would go plug into like the little tether port to, like, if you wanted to like trade or whatnot. It was essentially just a little like bookmark light, if you want to think.
Yeah, exactly. It was a bookmark light projecting down. It was still really hard to see, but totally worth it. But
got the job done.
To see how far we've come, like, it's just remarkable to me.
And then, like, I didn't even touch on like just the casual gamer with like mobile gaming and on the cell phones. At that point, like, even like your grandma can play like Candy Crush on their phone. Like, there's something so simple as that. And then just the monetization that like companies have and just the microtransactions. Like, think of how many times they've gotten people like, oh, for like $1 I can get like 50 like BS currency of like whatever game you're playing. And then you tell yourself like, oh, okay, yeah, what's $1? But like, think of how many of like you and however many other people have said like, oh, just $1, and like go on like times however many people, they just made like millions of dollars right there.
JB, it's not $1, it's 99 cents.
Right?
I
don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, it's so cheap. It's 99 cents. It's not a whole dollar, but no, that's an interesting point. And actually, I'm curious. I'll try to look up exactly how much the mobile gaming industry like that makes. I think of sports betting also on the phones, and there's poker apps on the phone, and it's definitely is something that we should be wary of, obviously, with like gambling addiction or anything like that, but definitely don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now. But But it's definitely just interesting, everything that's available with us all the time. And I was telling someone that I was a retro game player at work, and they're a little bit older. I won't say a number so that way anyone doesn't feel off or anything. But they were an older person, and they're like, "Oh yeah, my grandkids, they love video games." I said, "Oh yeah, what do they like to play?" And they're like, whatever's on their iPhones or on their iPads." So it's like, I'm curious.
Yeah.
How much the really younger generation really considers gaming on their iPads. Like, would you consider the iPad or the iPhone or even an Android phone a gaming system? Like, is that a system to you?
To me, no, but let's just say this newer generation, absolutely. Because think of it this way: it's a point of entry for you to play games. And even if you want to think of the casual gamer, like someone that that doesn't have the 20 minutes to kill at Starbucks, maybe they're on a train ride that's a couple minutes long, they just want to jump on and play a little puzzle or something, you could do that on your phone, no problem.
Yeah. And I know a bunch of my friends and I, we actually started playing this game called Bit Heroes.
Okay.
And it's cool because, again, it's really accessible for everyone. So it's just something for us all to do together. And
or even if you want to talk about the social aspect, or you got games like Clash of Clans where you have a whole community of players that work together and have the camaraderie and just anything that goes along with that.
I'm playing that right now too, actually. So that game's had a lot of updates over the years. Even though I lost my previous account, I was sort of bummed I had to start over from scratch, but they've made it a lot easier to progress in that game now. Like, you used to have to spend resources to build troops. Now you don't have to spend the resources anymore, and you can upgrade various things now with both gold and elixir. You used to only be able to upgrade certain things with gold, so they've definitely made it so that way people can try to get more acclimated to the game more quickly.
Someone I ran into was playing that. I gotta download that again and see where my account is, because I couldn't even tell you when's the last time. It's definitely been years. Yeah, I don't even know if my account's still active.
Yeah, I lost mine. I think my town hall was Town Hall 10 or something, so I feel pretty bummed. But I think my town hall is up to 7 or 8 right now. I think it's on 8 right now, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. You think we covered this topic fairly well?
I'd say so.
Okay. All right. Let us know down in the comments below if you have anything to add, or if you think we missed a really big mobile game or something, or a specific subject that maybe we could address in the future.
Yeah.
So. All right. So going on to our next topic here. I think this is a fun one, and I've thought about this a lot, but I don't really have a good answer like you do. And I don't want to sound like I'm just copying your answer. But for our audio listeners, we want to talk about which video game world would you want to live in? And at the same time, what would be the worst video game worlds to live in? And I'll be honest, it's going to be a little hard for me, because I watch a lot of anime too. I know you do too, Sly, and I often want to combine those two into a category. But we're gonna have to leave out the Naruto world right now. And
one of my answers technically could be applicable to both.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's true. So yeah. Let me just straight up ask you, Sly. What video game world would you want to live in?
Pokemon. Tell me how perfect that would not be. You can just go out on an adventure. Just think of all the logistics that go along with it, and like there'd be no. I just think that world would be so perfect. You just based off the games and like the anime itself, and like they've painted a very vivid picture of like what that world entails, and just to be a part of that, I think would be like just a dream come true.
What would really be a dream come true in that world to me is setting off on that grand of an adventure
Right?
at 12 years old. I think Ash is 12, right? Or is he 11? Something like that.
Something like that. But like just the fact that like crime doesn't exist like that, to where like people are comfortable enough to where like they can let their kids just go off and do something like that and not have to worry about it.
I saw an interesting meme the other day, and I'm actually curious if you knew this. Oh wow, this is actually on the Kotaku. Here, let me share this screen. So, did you know, and be honest, all you at home too, did you know that every single time Jesse and James posed for their Team Rocket, they always tried to make an R?
Yeah, I got it to an extent. I didn't know if it was like on purpose every time. Like, but I've seen it on occasion.
Okay, I guess maybe I shouldn't say every time, because I have not reviewed every single of the hundreds of episodes. Maybe it's even over 1,000 episodes. I've seen a grand majority of them, all the different series, but I never noticed that they were making an R like in these photos here. Your mind doesn't seem as blown as mine. Like I was blown away by that, but I guess you knew that.
Well, just the countless, episodes I've seen where like they do their whole like, oh, make it double, and then like they do the whole thing, and like her hair is, just in the R. I'm like, okay, they're Team Rocket.
Yeah, shout out to David Smith here posting this on Kotaku. I'm probably saying that wrong, but Kotaku. Thanks for correcting me the first time.
Oh, I didn't hear you the first time.
Okay.
Kotaku.
I don't know. I can't really.
I'm just gonna call it that from going forward. Kotaku.
Like, I don't know. I think I'd have to copy with the Pokemon. Like, yeah, I guess someone could get into the whole like, oh, Pokemon like slave labor, or you're forcing them to fight for you. But the whole point is,
you teach me and I teach you. Like this is like the epitome of a buddy like story. Like you go out there, you make friends, you capture said friends, and you like just build that bond and like go on that journey.
You know what? I'm gonna go somewhere, and I'm just gonna go capture me some friends.
Right?
In real life.
I'm gonna make you love me.
But no. I mean, I guess that's the point of the digital world, right? So I don't know. Would Digimon be as good? No, it wouldn't be.
Now,
then you're afraid of getting hacked all the time.
Let me ask you this: what video game world would you not want to live in? I got one right off rip.
I'll say Shadow of Colossus.
I would say Doom.
Oh, Doom would be terrible. Yes.
I would just be in a fetal position, like in a corner somewhere, and just like, all right, just make it quick. Like, do your worst.
Oh, like, that is.
I don't think I'd live like more than like 5 seconds. I don't even think I'd make it 5 seconds. I'd take one step and just get taken out by something. God knows what.
The God of War world would be pretty miserable.
Yep. I think Red Dead Redemption, that would be a fun one to live in, like the Old West.
Yeah, that's true. Like old like American Western style.
The lawlessness is kind of sketchy, anyone could just take you out in that regard, but you're kind of in no man's land. But just
do we live in Sorry, I got to work on not cutting you off.
No, you're good.
Do you think we live like if you live in Chicago, you live in the Grand Theft Auto world? Like,
It's see, like I don't know that perspective. I don't know that inner city life, and they say it's not easy.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Chicago has some of the highest fatalities and violent crimes in the country.
Yeah. I'll say this. Here's my answer. I'll live in any world that has respawns, like infinite respawns.
All right, so if that's the case, like, what would be a fun one?
Zelda would be beautiful.
I would
Like
even say like just like a simulation, like maybe even like NBA 2K, just live out like an NBA career from like college, work your way up through like into the pros even.
Good answer. Yeah, you start life as a college superstar.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just how hard you want to work. That's a good one. I just thought of an obvious one, and honestly, I need to make a video about this. But Star Citizen, that spaceship simulator, like, I would love to live there. And that's one of the things I really love about Star Citizen is like, if you do crimes and you get busted, you get thrown into jail. You have to actually do mining work to speed up your time to get out of jail. But okay, well, I guess I don't know. I'm saying I want to live in this world and be thrown in jail, but yeah, there's real consequences in the game. But the fun stuff like going on missions and simple things like cargo hauling, like supplies and running trade routes, but flying these epic spaceships. And honestly, if you're flying in a fleet or you've got defense, like there's really not, I don't want to say there's not much risk to you, but pretty much every time I've blown up, it's been my own fault. But I've got infinite respawns.
Yeah.
So I always wake up in a med bed. So yeah, that would probably be. I'd probably still have to say Pokemon as the number one world, and then.
I was trying to think if there would. I don't know where I would put Donkey Kong because I think that would be fun too, but like that would also be equally terrifying in some aspects. Just some of those minecart levels, like.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine like living some of those? Which segue into this, that new Nintendo land that they're building in Orlando is going to have a Donkey Kong land part of it, and they're going to have a minecart roller coaster where it actually jumps the track, and that's going to be part of it.
That's happening in Orlando?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's at Universal?
It's going to be a Universal park, but it's a brand new park. It opens next year, I believe.
Are they building it next to Universal like they did Islands of Adventure? Or
I want to say it's south of it.
Okay. Oh man.
But like the ground that they broke on it, like they said it's supposed to be just as big as like the other two by itself.
I don't know. I knew that there was one in Japan, and I thought I had heard.
So that's one of the islands on it. So it has so Nintendo has, that's one of the islands, and then it has like a monster, like the classic Monster Universe. How to Train Your Dragon, I think, is like they have a roller coaster like that, and then there's a couple other ones I can't remember off the top of my head, but like they're supposed to, it's kind of like Islands of Adventure Universal where they have like different sections.
We have to go to that.
Absolutely, dude. The lines are gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah, it'll be worth it. I mean, the lines for Star Wars, those experiences at Disney, man, like they're like 4-hour waits. Yeah, it's just disgusting. But I don't know, it's a really cool experience, even if you just do it once. Like I know the Star Wars ones were definitely worth it, but. Oh, that's so cool. See, that's why I'm happy we're doing this podcast. I'm literally learning things as we go. I did not know that. Okay.
So another one I would not want to live in is like Bloodborne or Demon Souls or like Dark Souls, anything like that.
Yeah, I would pass. I would pass on that. Okay. I think we've got time for one more question.
All right.
Are you good with that?
Sure.
So we usually preface each podcast and we go over some of the topics that we want to cover. But this one I sort of saved as a. I really want this to be an off the cuff answer from you.
Okay.
But what do you think distinguishes a truly great video game from merely a good one?
Ooh.
Because I don't know, like, I know we talked about Helldivers 2 a little bit last week. Like, would you classify Helldivers 2 as a good game or a great game?
So I would classify that as a great game. And a friend of mine, Chris, he actually said that the fact that he's at work itching to play a game, like the fact that he has this itch to play a game and that it's on his mind, and the fact that he's looking up reels and like memes online on his social media pages, and that it's just like consuming all of his attention. I think that just tells you like that's a great game. And then you can think of it on another aspect of it, where when I think of a great game, I think of something that has a strong narrative. Like, how does it make you feel? Is it impactful? Like, does it make you feel things? So I know a game that was
you make me feel things.
I know a game that was very controversial and polarizing was I'm going to just come out and say it's spoiler alert, so please go ahead and skip past this section here. We'll put like a timestamp below. But one of the most controversial things that has happened in video games as of recently is in The Last of Us Part 2. They kill off Joel in a pretty tragic fashion, and you just the helplessness, the anger, the betrayal, just all these mix of emotion, the fact that like a game can make you feel all of these things. And like just in this medium, like people want to like scoff at games in terms of it's not movies, it's not a book, but like the fact that like I felt all of these different emotions to a character that I was attached to. I went through a whole adventure in the first game with this character. You grow a bond, and you have this idea of this character, and the fact that like you can kind of put yourself in the shoes of the person that's helpless. Ellie, she's sitting there watching essentially her adopted father being murdered in front of her, and as the player, you're essentially in Ellie's shoes, like relating in every step of the way. As the player, like there's nothing you can do, so you're just as fearful. So the fact that like you can feel all of those in a game, like I feel like that right there, that's what makes a great game to me. Just the fact that like you can walk away, and the fact that when you turn the console off, the fact that it's still resonating with you and you're thinking about it, like I think that goes a long way. And there's that decision got a lot of backlash, but I look at it on the opposite end of it. The fact that, like I said, the fact that I can feel that anger, and it's not my story to tell either. It's just as the player, I'm along for the ride. So if that's the way the story was supposed to go, like that's how I look at it. That's the way the story was supposed to go. That's the story that they're wanting to tell. And you as the player, you're just along for the ride. So hate it or love it, that's just the way it went,
Yeah, I know there's some debate sometimes whether or not like open world am I phrasing this the right way? Open world, like choose your own path games. Like there's definitely a lot of value in that and creativity for you. But at the same time, having a linear experience can be really exciting because of just that. It's a story that the writers wanted to tell, that the producers, that the devs wanted to put at you. And sorry, these people make a lot of money, and that's what they're paid to do. So if this person is paid to tell me a story that they think is remarkable, I want to hear that story. Don't get me wrong. I love the games where you customize your own options too, and you have your own choices. But
and then you got to think too, like like Sony's track record with a lot of their studios in that regard, like Naughty Dog. They just have like a history of storytelling and just having like impactful set piece moments. Be it an Indiana Jones style type of like thriller piece, like a train blowing up or something with, Drake versus, like kind of just what I said in The Last of Us 2, where, you're having a loved one murdered in front of you. And then like just the funny thing too is I hate to say I'm going full spoiler talk into this game. And like this is my biggest thing with like the hate that this game has gotten is a lot of the people that review bombed and like didn't give it a chance didn't play the game. And if you just merely play the game and go through the campaign, play the story, you come to find out, come full circle, there is 100% full reasoning as to why this what you think is the antagonist and why they went after this character and killed them is because in the first game that person killed their father, who was the doctor. So like it's just a full circle of like revenge. So like fully in their perspective, they're 100% vindicated and justified in what they did. Because think of like the shoes on the other foot. Like think of all of the countless people Joel was killed in the first game. That they all those people that had family members. Like these are things people don't consider. But I just thought like like the fact that like it was a completely different aspect. A narrative to where like you didn't even think of like okay, that could have been 100% the possibility, and then come to find out like okay, there is 100% justification as to why they were pursuing what they did. And I was like, all right, bravo, like I can jump on board with that.
I've only played the first one. I haven't played the second one.
I am so sorry.
No, you told me spoilers were coming. I didn't realize it would be that big of a spoiler. But I actually I think it was totally worth it to hear that, because that perspective is really interesting. Because something I love, don't feel. Yeah, seriously, don't feel bad. I would have stopped. I would have stopped you. I would have stopped you.
I'm like, what have I done?
And I'm definitely putting timestamps for people, like you said before.
Yeah.
But no, that's one of my favorite things. Like villains in any game or show. It's like I don't like it when they're a villain. Oh, I'm just a villain because I'm a bad guy. I had a rough childhood, so I'm just going to be a bad guy, and I'm bad because I'm bad. Mm-hmm. But like when I don't know if villain's the right word, but the maybe
antagonist?
Not even
or like just
antagonist. Yeah, antagonist. Yeah. Like when the antagonist is doing something for sincere reasons that they feel are justified.
100%.
Like they feel like they're the good guy. And honestly, like you were saying, if you look at things from their perspective, they sort of are the good guy. So
Joel
there's
came in there guns blazing into this hospital, shooting the place up. Like how would any other like sane person look at Joel in that situation?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm not going to drop anime names right now, but that's part of why I love two animes in particular, because I don't know, I'm not going to drop spoilers, but there's two specific animes, one very popular one that you're aware of, but they're all about stopping that cycle of hatred, because the characters in that show recognize that exact situation, that they were the ones harmed, but they saw the other person's perspective, and they made the decision to stop the killing, stop the violence with them. And I don't know, I'm a sucker for really good storytelling.
And then that's my biggest like thing is like, if I can like take away a game, the fact that it'll still resonating with me after I put the controller down, like that's what I consider like, you know, creme de la creme, you know, that's what I look for.
I love
that I consider, you know, AAA, A+, you know, 10 out of 10 right there.
I love everything you said. I think that's a great definition for a truly great game, and versus a good one that could just be fun to play for a couple hours or something, and like you're not thinking about it like the rest of the day. And like, think of how many games are in your backlog that you're not even considering about playing. And the only thing that I don't know if it's adding to what you said, but just a different take on it, what makes a truly great game is I love strategy games. I love games where people have to come together. So I know you want to know it based off the trivia that we had earlier, but I love MMOs. I love World of Warcraft. I love Guild Wars 2. I've played Lord of the Rings online quite a bit, RuneScape. But it's coming together. Specifically, Guild Wars 2 is like one of my favorite games of all time. Even Phantasy Star Online or Phantasy Star Universe. But you get together with other people, and to overcome challenges. Like, my raid group has been stuck on HTCM, Harvest Temple Challenge mode, for over a month now. Like, I think we're at 2 months now. But
now, to the average person, can you, like, for perspective, like, what is that? Is that like pretty much like the full end game content? Like, you know, you're fully leveled up, you're past the main campaign, like you're like end of the road. There's literally nothing else to do.
You've got maxed out gear. You know your damage rotation. You know all your healing skills, all your boon up times, everything. Like, it's pretty much essentially like you have to have 10 people play a perfect run for 20 minutes. Like, It's no screwing up for 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
But the fact is that once everyone learns their role, they're coming together. Like you said, like if you're like with Coco, like if you're at work and you're thinking about the game and you're trying to make strategies for it, and it excites you and you look forward to that time every week.
Yep.
Like that's a great game, because that's fun. Sort of just like how, I've really enjoyed doing this podcast with you so far, Sly, and I don't know. I look forward to recording every week now, and I hope we can keep this going. I hope the audience enjoys it quite a bit. YouTube comments below, please give your answers to each of these questions that we've put up. I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say, and I could probably even bring up some of those comments or anything in the future too that you bring up. So.
Or bring up any questions that you want us to talk about in future episodes.
Yeah, I would love to get some ideas from the audience, and maybe just give our perspective on things, and just have a nice discussion. So I don't know. I think we're coming up on about an hour now. You think is there anything else you want to add? Oh, I could think of one thing, but I'll let you go first.
No, I think we got a pretty decent chunk of time, man.
Yeah, the only other thing I want to add is we're trying to figure out exactly how we're going to grow this channel and various things that we're going to add. I know Sly and I, we're going to be getting together in person here pretty soon, and I don't know, we've got to try to come up with something creative for that, Sly. And that everyone can enjoy. And on the side, I believe in one of these channels, I'm gonna start playing some retro RPGs. I'm thinking Final Fantasy series on Super Nintendo. I'm thinking Phantasy Star series on the Sega Genesis. Actually just playing through a bunch of these old games like Secret of Evermore and Secret of Mana. Like there's a ton of games that I want to play on the side, and start a separate channel for that, underneath this Keep It Up and Game On podcast. So,
and it won't be a secret.
Secret of Evermore. I see what you did there. All right. Well, I don't know. This is Top tapping out.
And Sly being, Sly.
Sliding out. I don't know why I said tapping out there, but it just sort of worked, I think. So
yep.
I will we'll look forward to the podcast next week with you guys. Thanks. Take care. Bye.
Take care.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Keep It Up and Game On podcast. I'm your host, Sly, with our co-host.
Hold on. I think